with our support of the United Nations. The success of the United Nations depends upon the independent strength of its members. To overcome the perils of the present and to achieve the promise of the future, we must begin with the wisdom of the past. Our success depends on a coalition of strong and independent nations that embrace their sovereignty to promote security, prosperity, and peace for themselves and for the world. We do not expect diverse countries to share the same cultures, traditions, or even systems of government, but we do expect all nations to uphold these two core sovereign duties: to respect the interests of their own people and the rights of every other sovereign nation. This is the beautiful vision of this institution, and this is the foundation for cooperation and success. Strong sovereign nations let diverse countries with different values, different cultures, and different dreams not just coexist, but work side by side on the basis of mutual respect. Strong sovereign nations let their people take ownership of the future and control their own destiny. And strong sovereign nations allow individuals to flourish in the fullness of the life intended by God. In America, we do not seek to impose our way of life on anyone, but rather to let it shine as an example for everyone to watch. This week gives our country a special reason to take pride in that example.
Hypocrisy of this country has been, detected over the years since inception of Buhari administration, whose continuation, just started, let's say, barely 2 years now. As Bola Ahmed Tinubu, commenced from where Tinubu's administration stopped. So the Orabezes, the Okere, the Simon Ekpas, they are doing good job. I don't call it consultation, it's confrontation. Because they are representing, Biafrans. All they do is to favor Biafrans. To favor Biafran nation, to make sure that they gear up emancipation of Biafra, which has actually been, declared in Lati, Finland. So they have taken the Biafra agitation into White House. From White House to the congressmen, the Perry of Scott a man Perry, you called, is a lobbyist too, for the kind of Biafran lobbyist. And you see that they are coming. I tell you that United States of America is coming. And then again, I want to tell you that ICC is on it. Nigeria refused to honor invitation by ICC, and they are going to brace up that kind of altercation or confrontation between UNO, all the umbrellas under UNO, and Nigeria. I think there should be a face-off between Nigeria and this United Nations platform very soon. Because over the years, we witnessed on social media, if not that social media is in place, I wonder what would have been Igbo land, become of Igbo land now. They would, be denying all the atrocities, all the animosities committed by Buhari himself. And the continuation of Buhari's, animosity, Tinubu administration started from there. And we are seeing the same animosities, hostilities against Igbo man in the recent time. Just barely 2 years of Tinubu's administration, we've known how many Biafrans that were, shot to death, unarmed youths in the southeastern Nigeria. Tinubu has started from where Buhari stopped. The issue that Nigeria has today. Wasting of blood, wasting of money, destruction of Nigeria economy is bordering on the fact that it's only Yoruba and the Fulani that are at the head of government of this country. And they've never been able to brace it up that Yoruba man is responsible for destruction of Nigeria. That Fulani man is it. For something years, no development in the north, no development in the north. The outside youth, the Fulani youths, they are all Okada riders all over the country. And the highest achievement any one of these youths from the north could attain is rearing of animals in the bush. And that's why we've gotten ourselves in this mess. So what I'm trying to say is Biafra being subject or major team in the House of Congress, the credibility should be given to Nnamdi Kanu, who actually worked with the GOP in 2019 to make sure that Trump come for the second time. But that hope was dashed when the Chinese, WHO come up with that virus they injected into the atmosphere in 2019. That's COVID-19. And because of the way America was devastated by COVID-19 pandemic, Donald Trump could not make it second time. And today we've seen how Democrats has messed the economy of the USA. The technology, the military might we know of America was down for 4 years. And today we've seen our man, Mr. Trumpet, back. And this time around, what he promised Biafra, I'm telling you that he's coming to fulfill it. And it's in place already because actually Donald Trump is going to fulfill his promise to Biafra. We must actually get there because White House is interested in what is going on in Igbo land. Not only White House, I can see House of Kremlin, at least giraffe in two, from Russia to Biafra land. That is Putin. Until the ego is let off the cage, I think we must actually get there. Nnamdi Kanu must be free.
Yes, like what your response to the issue of what is happening in Biafran land. Just few days ago, there was massive report of crisis reading by a form of religion that's tied to tradition, and of course, what the governor is trying to do there, sanitization, as some people will call it. What is actually your intake on Anambra situation under Soludo now?
Soludo is just coming out with many security outfits, Aguna Chamber and Udogachi. Aguna Chamber. From that, we see how his planning masters, tutored him to eliminate Anambra youths, eliminate traditional worshippers, eliminate all the Dibias, native doctors in Igbo land, are now enemy of Charles Soludo. His native doctors are those native doctors the cause of infrastructural dilapidation in Anambra State. Dilapidation of those infrastructures or facilities, okay, caused by those Libya and traditional worshippers. Who is gunning after Libya native doctors, traditional rulers in Igbo land? Charles Soludo himself. Accusing them of, preparing voodoos for criminals. They are the one preparing voodoos for kidnappers. What kind of man is he? Voodoos, must government be interested in anything voodoo? Voodoo should not be a thing that government should give interest or enthusiasm, because it is a spiritual thing, non-existence. It's amounted to nothing. Voodoo, juju, to me is nothing, rubbish. So Soludo has been, using the instruction by his Fulani masters, against Anambra youth, disaliving over how many youths? 2 weeks now. I think in their hundreds. Unarmed youths. Tagging them kidnappers, tagging them criminals, tagging them. See, let me tell you, IPOB is not a criminal group. They keep on tagging IPOB terrorists. They keep on tagging IPOB kidnappers. There are hoodlums, miscreants in every region of Nigeria. It's not when kidnappers or abductors, are on loose, you will start accusing IPOB. What do you mean by IPOB? Every Igbo man is IPOB. I wonder the kind of stupidity people have just found themselves in. Very serious idiocy. Any Igbo man, meaning indigenous people, Igbo man,
Indigenous, yes.
indigenous people of Biafra. That is every Igbo man. And they have now
including
changed,
the governors themselves.
including the governor themselves. They are indigenous people of Biafra. This is a good English carved out by Mazen Nandekam. And you are tagging somebody, you are IPOB. What do you mean? Every Igbo man, indigenous people of Biafra, meaning every Igbo man. I wonder, Nigeria has come a long way when you talk about education. But sometimes I see our politicians, I see our lecturers, I see Hausa, I see Fulani, I see some Igbo men. Very, very useless when you talk about grammatical approach. They don't know what is called grammar. They don't know English. Because those people you are tagging indigenous people of Biafra, you yourself, you are too. Nothing like terrorists in Igbo land. We are Igbo people. We are not the terrorists we have in Africa is Fulani, Arabs, Sudanese Arab, Somalia Arab, Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram. These are Fulani people. Yes. We don't have Igbo man is not a terrorist. The Fulani man, the cattle rearers, I'm telling you that we are waiting until Nandekano comes.
Yeah, yes, finally.
If Kanu comes out, ESN will become operation, will become active. ESN, and they will stop Fulani invasion by all means.
A northern coalition of or group, whatever they call themselves, have said that anybody that is seeking for Nnamdi Kano's release, targeting Obi, is a terrorist. And people are asking, where is the genesis? How did Boko Haram terrorism, where did it actually start? You are calling Mazen Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist.
Anyway, I know that these are aggrieved children of Cain. The origin of terrorism is from Middle East. Hachachin is a word used for assassin. Hachachin is in Turkey. The first Hachachin, a king was assassinated in history. The first assassination ever is from Middle East. Fulanis migrated from Middle East. They are Arab. Aggrieved children of Cain. Cain slew his brother Abel, sprinkling the blood of the innocent on the ground, on the earth. And that blood started crying and be following Cain. The blood has been following Cain until Cain, his spirit, Cain started manifesting on Fulani. Cain is the one that is manifesting in Fulani. If you look at a Fulani man, he's aggrieved. A Fulani man is an aggrieved man. What is it that is annoying this man? Because God cursed him. Why did God curse him? God cursed him because he slew an innocent man appreciated by God. That's why the Fulanis that are Christians in Nigeria, they are not up to 10,000. All they know is Islam. Islam, Islam. Islam up, Islam down. Mosque up, mosque down. Quran there, Quran here. Arab inscription. Going to Medina and Mecca. Finish. Fulani man don't feel. You know concern. Because these are visitors allowed by the Fulani, by the Hausa, their Hausa host. 18th century, 200 years ago. 200 and something years ago. It's finished though. You allow your visitor, he help you fight certain snake, big snake. It's a history. And they succeeded on killing the snake that was, giving the Hausa locals trouble in those days. That was how Hausa allowed them. They stay with Hausa, and many of them, their brothers in the Sahel countries, were invited over into North to stay with them. That was how they used pointed nose women with pointed nose, Fulani women, beautiful, giving the Hausa local chiefs for marriage. And that Hausas did not know they were using sex evangelism to capture the Hausas into Islam, and they actually succeeded on doing that. From then, they Islamized the Hausas, accusing the traditional worshippers of paganism, put many of them to sword. Yes. From there, Osman Danfodio struck again, forcing every Dick and alley, all the Hausa Negro into Islam. And today, Islam has taken a strong foothold in the north, killing, putting to sword all the Christians, all the traditional worshippers. These are sanguinary, bloodthirsty race in Africa. That's why Ghana said, we don't want you. They are wanderers. They don't have a permanent place. Wolof in Senegal, Wolof in Gambia, they are wanderers. They rear animal from place to place. These are Fulanis. They don't have a permanent place. Fulanis, some that dwell in the township, they visited. The one that dwell in the bush, they wander from place to place, grazing on people's land. As far as Angola, Angola to Congo, Bororo in Congo, Angola said, we don't want you. Fulani is not in Angola. Angola said, anything noise, early in the morning, evening, Allah, no, we don't want it. That's why they churn Fulani, they churn Islam in Angola, and Angola has become the biggest African economy today.
Okay, thank you. For those, one more question before we go. Are you surprised? I know you are going to have a deep reservation to that, but it happened yesterday in the British government system where a judge declared asylum for all IPOB members all over the world. What is the British trying to do by saying that IPOB members are welcomed anywhere in the world?
They are inciting, Britain is very, very sly and subtle. What I mean by slyness and subtlety is deception. They are very, very deceptive. We are not going to Britain to take asylum. No. Igbo man is not running away from Igbo land. We are not in a war situation. No. Britain is escalating war in Igbo land by themselves. This is what Mama Charlie envisaged for Igbo man. Mama Charlie is Queen Elizabeth. And Charlie has come. Giving us asylum for what? Who is running away from this contraption?
Maybe any IPOB member anywhere in the world.
Oga, Igbo land is for Igbo man. Igbo man is a sojourner. Anywhere he sojourns, he become great there and live there. Every December, he comes home. Igbo man sojourns in Jamaica. How? Through slavery. During slave trade. Igbo man sojourns in Barbados. During slaves. Igbo man sojourns in Trinidad and Tobago. Igbo man sojourns in Haiti. Igbo man sojourns in the United States of America. We are not going to take asylum in Britain. Britain man katahana apa within the Fulani. Britain na apa nkata oha, babacha nkata megini ekudofa. They think say we be Mugu abi. British Mugu. Now Britain be Mugu. We not be Mugu. We are not going anywhere. Habacha nkata ekudofa. IPOB is Igbo man. Indigenous people of Biafra. Instead of taking asylum in London, we are going to take asylum in Jerusalem. We don't have anything to do with people that are practicing witchcraft. The British man is a witch, witches and wizards. Right. British man and woman, they started killing since 13, 14, 15 centuries. Witches and wizards, they set you ablaze. That was how Joan of Arc was burned to the stake unnecessarily. The woman wasn't a witch. They burned him to the stake and later canonize her. Joan of the Arc. She was later canonized because actually, after thorough investigation, they find out that that woman was innocent. Britain is into witchcraft, and they can never witch hunt Igbo. We are more than Britain.
Thank you.
I know how many years it took us to fight Britain. Britain fought us for how many years before they could prevail? During the era of colonization. Britain fought us for 60 good years, and they used Bible and Christianity to infiltrate the Igbos. So, witches and wizards, we are not going to take asylum in your country. We would rather take asylum in Israel. That is where our ancestry is traced to.
Thank you.